What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are continuing the 110 build. We finally got our plastics, so we're going to be throwing those on today. And we got some good old BBR springy boys. They're going to go inside the forks today. Should be a pretty simple install. But yeah, let's get to it here. But start throwing the plastics on. So to kind of start it, all I need is an 8mm. Take those off. On both sides, might as well. Sure you don't lose your screws here. And then on the right side there's one for the seat. Don't lose that little washer. And this side has two, so you got the seat one. And then this bottom one down here. And then you can start pulling off the seat. There's just the two bolts that hold it on. You can still see that Elka in there. Oh geez. And then you pull it apart. There's a little grommet right there, and then this part goes together here. And then in the front there's these little clips. See, like a flathead, and then you can pop those out. But yeah, the most fun plastic is probably going to be this one. No wonder why I've been hearing some rattling. My little computer thing popped out. I've been ripping too hard. Okay, so let's pop this side out. That's off. And we'll get our handy dandy screwdriver here, and then we'll pop the little clips up here. So with these, you just gotta pop them up. Just enough to where they can come out if they feel like coming out. Okay, I'm gonna do this off camera. I'm gonna take both sides off, and then we'll start taking this rear fender off. Okay, so once you get those clips off, just pop them out, and then you can kind of start setting up the side fenders. So with these, when you get the new plastics, they have these screws, so you screw in and pop in these two little pieces inside. For that, obviously put your clip in there, and then for this back back number plate, it slides in this little groove and then goes in there. And then on the front fender part, there's this little grommet. You have to transfer that from your stock one onto this one, and then you put that on there, pop it in on both sides, same thing, and then those are ready to go. So we're gonna throw those on now. So make sure you don't lose these. These apparently are hard to find if you lose them. And that's it. All you gotta do is just push it back on. She's ready to rip. And then just gotta push these back in to their little clips. Okay, once they're pushed on, there she goes. Man, it's looking good already. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side, and then we'll start doing the front and the rear fenders. Okay, so I already went ahead and took this off. So on the fender, there's two 10mm, and then hiding way up here, there's another push clip. And this one's hard to get out, so just be careful when you're taking it off, because it is very annoying and difficult. But once you get that out, here basically there's these little, if I can hold this here, these little round parts that go like around these on the lower ones. You kind of have to like bend them a little bit and push them out of the way, and then once you do that, it just pulls right out. So here's the new one, and I'm gonna put this one on off camera because I can't film this on my own, because this one's pretty hard to do on your own. But I'll show you guys what it looks like in a second here. Alright, rear fender's on. That took a while, because you have to, there's a little clip right down in there that has to wrap on, and so does this one. And then once you get all of those clipped on, then you can put this little push pin clip in, and then now you can put your little computer in there. And you also, I forgot to mention, you have to loosen the exhaust, so just take the two bolts out so you can wiggle it around, which these are 12mm. The long black one goes in the muffler side, and then this little silver one goes on the little mount back here. But yeah, I'm gonna tighten this up, put the seat back on, and then we're gonna tackle the front fender, and then all these plastics are good to go. Alright, next step, you gotta take the front number plate off, which there's an 8mm like in between the number plate. Take those two out. There's these little screws. Once you get that out, then you need to get your ratchet with a 10mm socket to take the front fender off. There's 3 bolts under there, and you just pop those loose. And once you unthread them or crack them loose, they're super easy to take out. And I believe they're all the same size. And there's one hidden in the back here. If I can even get this thing to come loose. Okay, and that's with the fender off. I guess there's these little pieces inside the fender that you just gotta pop out and then pop into the new one, which we could do real quick. Okay, so those are off. You go to your new one. Just pop these in. Okay, and those are on. I'm gonna throw the last two plastics on, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like, because it's kind of hard to film and put two-handed parts on. So once we get that going, then I'll show you guys. Alright, all the plastics are on. That was a little bit annoying. Quite a bit of work to at least get this fender on. If I rated this 1 through 10, I'd definitely say it's probably like a 5 out of 10. It does take probably about an hour or so to get the plastics to all clip on correctly. Man, does those black plastics look so good. I'm getting a seat cover soon, so the red will be gone. So it kind of clashes a little bit for now, but it looks crispy. And hopefully I'm going to pick up an exhaust soon. So that will be one of the next parts that's going to go on here. No more stock ugly plastics. Those are gone. Definitely need to get graphics. If you know somebody who makes cool graphics for these things, put them in the comments and I'll check them out. Because I have a hard time deciding on what kind of graphics I want. But yeah, this looks pretty sick. And I also added some MX33 tires on the 110 last night. I didn't film it, but yeah, these tires, I took it for a test ride last night, and geez, these are way grippier than the stock. Like 100% recommend those MX33s. I think the rear is 80 by 100 by 12, and the front is 60 by 100 by 12. Because the stock front size, you can't find a 70 by 100 by 14, at least in this tire, or a lot of tires that I tried looking up. They don't really sell that except for the stock tire, which I don't want. So I had to kind of downsize in width just a little bit. But honestly, you can't even really tell a difference. It is slightly harder to put on because it's a little bit less wide. But once you get it on, it's ready to go. It's not too bad. But yeah, we're gonna do the good old springy boys now. So we're gonna get those slapped on. These are the heavy duty fork springs from BBR. There's those, and then little spacers that go for those. So we're going to throw those on, and I'll show you guys how to do it. Okay, so to put the fork springs on without taking the forks out of the triple clamps, which is, in my opinion, the easiest way, all you got to do is take your the triple clamp off, like just take the bars off, and then you have complete access to the top bolts here, and then all you gotta do is just take them off and then get a big magnet and pull them out, and then once you do that, then you just slap it back in reverse order. So I'm gonna take these bars off really quick, and then I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, so once you get your bars off, then all you gotta do is take your ratchet with the 17 millimeter and crack those loose till that explodes itself. Pop the tube out, which I'll set to the side. Let me go get my cap, because that shit just kaboomed itself. Well, make sure you look out for that. And you can see can kind of see down there, there's the washer and then the spring. So that's where this guy comes in. So we got extendo boys. Which the difficult part is getting it down there. But you do want a strong, decently strong magnet. If I can even get this to come out. Okay, hold on. We got another magnet. So take this magnet. I guess the other one, the magnet placement wasn't the best here. And then you get your washer. Make sure that the flat side goes down and the softer, rounder side goes on top. Make sure you put that to the side and don't lose that. It's a very important piece. And then once you do that, oh, be careful. There's lots of oil in there. I'm losing a tiny bit here, but that's okay. Alright. So just be careful. The oil in there. And then that's one springy boy out, which we will set right there for now. And then we get our long BBR one. And we just, I don't think it really matters which way it goes. Slide that puppy in there. Grab your little spacer here. So you put this down, then a little spacer, and then the nut. You're gonna have to push pretty hard to push these in, so I'm gonna have to do this off camera. I'm sorry, but you kind of get the point here. You just gotta put this on, and then this, and then you push it down with your ratchet, tighten it down, and then that's good, and then just repeat for the same side. Okay, so when you're doing the fork springs, definitely put it on the stand, because you're going to be fighting the spring, because the forks are slightly compressing themselves without any spring action in there. So once you do that, then you're good to go. I'm about to tighten these up here. Tighten my bars back on. And that'll be it for today. Yeah, once I get this off the stand here, I'll give you guys a first impression of how stiff these things are. So make sure these boys are snug. You don't want these to come loose, because then you'll have a bad day. Okay, everything is back on like it's supposed to be. So yeah, last time I worked on my bike, I also added this light bar, which is super bright. Highly recommend it. If you want one, hit up, I believe it's Evolved something. I'll link his email in my bio. Or you can also find it on Faster Minis, I think, too, or Factory Minis or some, I can't remember the name. But yeah, the $129, so worth it. Comes with the brackets, the light, the switch, the whole wiring harness, all the way to the battery. It's perfect fit. It's literally made for 110s. So 100% worth it. And especially if you're night riding, it's like ridiculously bright. But that's what the plastics look like. Looks good. Can't wait to get a seat cover now, because the red looks kind of funny, but I can't wait for you guys to see what I'm gonna get. It's gonna be pretty sick and kind of funny at the same time. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna pull this off the stand and see how much stiffer this is, and then yeah. Okay guys, everything's all done, all good to go. I'm gonna blast myself a little bit, but I kind of broke the number plate little clip that holds this piece together, so I'm probably gonna have to buy another one, but that's fine, whatever. But she's ready to go. BBR front springs, black plastics, new tires like literally last night, and a light bar like a couple weeks ago. Well, I didn't film it. I probably should have, but it's pretty straightforward. The guy from Evolved Components, that's his name, he has an awesome video, so I didn't really want to like steal his video and do another one when his was already pretty detailed enough. So yeah, so we'll see how these springs are. It's like way stiffer, but it's not like too stiff. It's like a good in-between stiffness. So I can't wait to send this thing off some jumps, and now I can actually withstand jumps now because I have the BBR springs and I have the Elka shock. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.